guys. This is your teacher. I'm going to give you just a quick introduction to Photoshop. I'm going to start by really just kind of giving you a tour, I guess, of the main areas you want to train your eyes to look for um, when you're using Photoshop. It should make things a little bit easier for you, hopefully, not quite as intimidating. Okay, so we will start with this guy right here. He is called the toolbar, and you can use them to do a bunch of different things to your image, such as this guy right here is the text tool. I could type something on here. Hi there, students. And obviously that's way too big, so I'll go to the control bar and maybe shrink that down a little bit. Go again to the text tool to get this set up. There we go. Maybe flip this around so you can see it a little bit better. Yeah, that's pretty awful. You got a blue on white. I guess that's a little bit better. So there's a couple other things that you can do with the toolbar, and we'll get into those. But the main thing I want you to notice is, depending on what tool you have selected, your control bar, which is the second area I want you to look at, the control bar changes. So say right now I'm cropping, it'll say, okay, what size do you want to crop it to? 10 by 8, or what? I can go to, let's say, the paint bucket tool, and it'll say, okay, am I filling with the foreground color? That's this one. Or am I going to fill it with maybe a pattern? And you can choose a bunch of preset patterns, or you can load other patterns on that you make. Photoshop has a whole bunch of patterns preloaded in there too. Let's see, the text tool, we just were there. The control bar will change, giving you font choices. And it'll give you, so you got a bunch of different font types. I can, kind of go through these and show all these different types of fonts and some styles. Well, looks like Chantilly UB only has one style, but there are other ones like your Boring Myriad Pro usually has quite a few on here, so you can make it bold or whatever. Size right here, smaller, bigger. The color right here, you can go click on this and have a color picker, make it like a weird orange to kind of match the weird background. Let's see, other things on the text tool that will show up. You can warp the text. I can go with like an arc. Maybe don't bend it that much. Maybe I'll bend it like that much. Then I go to the move tool. Notice how everything just went away from the text tool. But the move tool, this changed to an alignment selection. So if I have several things selected, I can align them up using these guys right here. So you got the toolbar and you have the control bar. Now, if your toolbar happens to look like this, I highly recommend that you click on these two little arrows right here and make it look like this. And that's mostly just because I reference the toolbar by column and number. So if I say, hey, go to the paint bucket, and you say, where's the paint bucket? I'll say, it's on the right, 6th one down. So you go to the right column, 6th one down, there's your paint bucket. If your toolbar doesn't exist for some weird reason, oops, I just closed my toolbar. Well, you can bring up anything that is like an interface. You can bring that up with the window menu bar. And I can go back down to here and go to tools. And it brings tools right back. Then the third thing is over here, the panels. So this is called a panel stack. And the panel stack is made of many drawers. And drawers can be grouped. Like you may notice that brush settings and brushes is in one group. Character and paragraph, they sound like they go together. So they're in a group. Now your panels may look like this. If they look like this, I highly recommend that you change it. Click on these two little arrows right here where it says collapse to icons. Your panels may also look like that. And if that's the case, then yeah, it can be a little bit of a mess. So I recommend you do it like this. Do a collapse to icons and then go to the side and pull it out so you can see the words. Eventually, maybe you will just collapse it to icons because you'll know that this means layers. You'll know that this means adjustments. But until then, pull it out so you can see the words. It kind of gives you a cheat sheet, so to speak. Okay, so another thing about the panels stack is you can always put new things on here. I can go to the window and let's say I want to get paths. Oh, I already have paths. Let's say I want to get styles put up there. Okay, so styles will pop up. Oh, it was already there too. Well, I can move it around. I can click on the tab and I can put it literally wherever I want. Anytime you click on the word, it's going to make the drawer pop open. And it gives you, like, here's the layers. You can see I have a background. And then I have my text layer. Click on it, and it goes right back into the stack. Let me pick one that I don't have. Let's see if I have, here we go, history. So now I have history and actions. It will, if you pull something up that you don't have open, Photoshop is pretty smart. History and actions work together all the time. So if you open up history, it's going to give you actions as well. Just like if you opened up character, it's going to give you paragraph as well. So you may not realize you need something, but Photoshop's pretty smart and will help you out. As far as keeping these things saved in a certain spot, well, you guys are my only section. You're not sharing Photoshop with anybody else, but it's still not a bad idea to click on this little icon right here. Once you get everything set up the way you like it, click on this guy right here and just go to New Workspace and just call it your name. That way, if somebody by chance does come in and they start messing around with Photoshop, let's say Yearbook comes in and they're doing photography, and you log in and suddenly this is what the interface looks like. And you're like, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Where'd all my panels go? What's going on? What's libraries? I don't even use that. Well, it's no big deal. You just go to this guy and you go to your name and it puts everything back the way you like it. I can't stress enough how useful that is, because you do share the computer with other people, but you may not be sharing this program. But that doesn't mean other people aren't going to use the program. So it's not a bad idea to save your workspace once you like it set up. So you don't have to do it now, but in a week or so, you'll figure out what tools you're using a lot. You'll figure out what panels you use. So you'll have a good feel for it. Okay, that is pretty much it. I'm got I don't know how much time I have left on this. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just keep going for a little bit longer. This is one of the first objects we're going to work on is this file here. It's just a simple straighten out the image and do some color correction because, wow, that thing's really bleached out. And maybe we'll do the clone stamp and fix that guy right there. So you can watch if you want. I'll just kind of go through this. I'm going to go to my ruler. Ruler's up right now. If you don't have the ruler up, it's Command R. It's just a toggle. Hides it. Puts it away. I'll go to the Move tool. And just drag down this guy so he's about even. Go to my layers, and I'm going to duplicate this layer. And I can do that with Command J. And then Command T will transform it, and now I can straighten it out until it matches that top layer. All right, hit Enter to lock it in. All right, we'll finish the rest in class.